So you're thinking about moving to Coconut Creek, and you're thinking, what do I need to know before I move? Well, moving here and not being a native, we'll tell you all the things we've learned along the way, as well as the things that folks have told us, and of course some of the things we wish people had told us before we came down. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about living in Coconut Creek. If this is a question you've asked yourself, stick around to hear the answer. Welcome to Living in Fort Lauderdale with Kevin Suze. If you've been to our channel before, welcome back. If not, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel down below and tap the bell to get notified anytime we make a new video. We're local realtors and love to help folks in Coconut Creek, Fort Lauderdale, or anywhere in South Florida. Our information's below. We get calls, texts, and emails from folks looking to relocate and move to Fort Lauderdale, and we love it. If there's something you'd like to know more about, please drop us a note in the comments below, and we'll get back to you straight away. So here's what you need to know about living in Coconut Creek. Coconut Creek, also known as the butterfly capital of the world, is home to about 60,000 people. And of course, Butterfly World. It's the world's largest butterfly aviary with over 80 species and 5,000 individual butterflies. The city actually took its name from the coconut trees that were planted in the area by early developers, and it's named for kind of a compilation of Miami-Dade's village of Indian Creek in the Miami neighborhood of Coconut Grove. Hence Coconut Creek. So Coconut Creek is about 12 square miles, but there's a lot packed into that 12 square miles. It's a tropical rainforest environment, so the warmest month of the year is August with an average temperature about 93, 94. Coldest is January with an average minimum around 58 or 60. The annual average precipitation at Coconut Creek is about 58 inches. Summer months tend to be a bit wetter than the winter months. The wettest month of the year, of course, is June with about 8 inches of rainfall. It's been spotlighted as one of the best cities to live in America by Money Magazine and a top 10 place to live in Florida by Movado and NerdWallet. Money Magazine actually also named the city of Coconut Creek the 48th best small town to live in the United States. One of the things that's really neat about Coconut Creek is the city's Main Street project. It's home to the Seminole Casino and the Coconut Creek Promenade. It's a 23-acre open-air upscale shopping and restaurant center. So when it's going to be complete, it'll be a bustling area of over 250 acres of green certified businesses, upscale housing, and beautifully landscaped parks and greenways and waterways. A recent survey actually reported that 99% of the respondents rated Coconut Creek as an excellent or good place to live, 97% as an excellent or good place to raise a family, and 99% rated the overall quality of Coconut Creek as excellent. So Coconut Creek is basically a suburb of Fort Lauderdale. Living in Coconut Creek offers residents an urban feel, and most residents own their homes. In Coconut Creek, there's a lot of restaurants, coffee shops, and parks. Coconut Creek offers residents and guests a multitude of things to do. There's about 18 parks, 9 greenways, 4 football or soccer fields, 11 baseball, softball fields, multi-purpose fields, tennis courts, basketball courts, racquetball, pickleball, a dog park, 2 fitness centers, 2 recreation centers. Athletics is such a big part of Coconut Creek. They've even set up a hotline for field conditions during baseball, football, and soccer seasons. You have to love that. They take it very, very seriously here. And while the nearest beach is about a half an hour east of town, travelers will be well and truly entertained with a slew of fun things to do in Coconut Creek. You won't even miss the ocean. The city has been named the butterfly capital of the world. It's homage to the star tourist attraction, Butterfly World, which houses thousands of butterflies and a bunch of aviaries. Watching the beautiful insects flutter around isn't the only way to stay busy. There's all kinds of special events, homegrown concert series, there's movies in the park. They actually support the environment with the environmental waste drop-off event and a hazardous waste drop-off event. Art Fest is in September in the fall, and the farmers market opens up in October and runs through early spring. This pretty little enclave is located on the outskirts of Pompano Beach. It's got a bunch of stuff that goes around there. It's American Top Team headquarters. It's got the Coconut Creek Community Center. There's a Coconut Creek Recreation Complex, Gold Coast Ballroom, Sable Pines Park, of course the Seminole Casino at the Coconut Creek, and the Promenade at Coconut Creek. Now the first stop actually has to be Butterfly World. Visiting Butterfly World is probably the best thing to do in Coconut Creek. It's set deep within the Tradewinds Park, which we'll talk about later. Tradewinds Park is the granddaddy of the parks in Broward County. And it's a perfect place to kind of forget about things and everything else. As you walk through, it's kind of classical music, it's kind of pumping through. It's all kinds of pretty flowery plants and pretty flowery trees and stuff. And basically one of the things you notice is all the butterflies that are flying around. It's really, really cool. And it also was the first butterfly house in the United States. It was opened in 1988 and it's still the largest in the world. Over the years, the staff have raised more than 1 million butterflies and visitors get a chance to watch them emerge from the cocoons on site. Butterfly World also contains a multiple of outdoor aviaries, including one devoted to tropical birds. You'll also find a bug zoo. Don't tell Suze about that one, she won't like that. It's complete with like a massive tarantula, scorpions, and cockroaches. Again, don't tell Suze about that. That will not go well. You can also relax with refreshments at the Mariposa Cafe, or you can buy butterfly-friendly plants at the garden center, or all kinds of butterfly-themed souvenirs to the gift shops on your way out. Now, Here's the thing, a little insider's tip. Take the time to sit down on the benches all around the aviary, and you'll be amazed at the number of butterflies that just kind of flitter around, and you'd be surprised how many of them actually land on you. You can take a little walk through the Fern Forest Nature Center. It's named after the abundance of plants in the area around it, and it's actually home to over 30 different species of ferns. Kind of cool. It's a designated urban wilderness area, and it has 244 acres of land in Broward County, and it contains actually the remains of the Cypress Creek floodway from a long, long time ago. There's a bunch of different trails in there that can be accessed through Trails Head behind the Nature Center, which houses a restroom, an amphitheater, a store, and the Royal Fern Hall, which have little presentations on and stuff like that. The winding trails kind of lead you through a bunch of different areas in the park. It's a really, really nice, really, really relaxing place to go kind of hang out. Also, here's a hint. If you're traveling with a pet, you gotta head over to the new Windmill Dog Park. It's located about 4 or 5 minutes away. It'll be great. The puppies, your little furry friends, they will love it. You can kind of shop around for pretty much everything you want at nearby Promenade, Coconut Creek. Now there are a couple different places at Coconut Creek to go shopping. The Promenade is actually one of our favorites for a couple of reasons. It's an open air mall, so it's kind of upscale, open air. It's got shops, fountains, trees, and everything else. But it's also got a lot of great places to shop and a lot of great places to eat. One of our favorite places, and some of you may be familiar with Cooper's Hawk from the vineyards. If you tried the wine, then you can only imagine how good the food is. But with an abundance of parking and a bunch of unique stores and stuff like that, it's pretty much got everything that you'd ever want to get to. And there's probably about 12 or 13 different restaurants in there, including Cooper's Hawk. Now, while Coconut Creek certainly has its fair number of shopping areas and shopping places, one of our favorites is the Promenade. It's a favorite for a couple of reasons. Number one is Cooper's Hawk. Now, some of you may be familiar with Cooper's Hawk from the wine, which to me, I've had it a couple times. It's wonderful, but I've never really been to the restaurant. So actually, take it back. We've been here once, and it's quickly becoming one of our favorite restaurants. But let me take a little walk around the Promenade. You can kind of see what's here, what's going on. There's all kinds of places, all kinds of stores in here. There's a Chico's, and there's a Soma, an Orange Fitness. There's basically just kind of a ton of things. It's actually one of the easier places to get into, being at the intersection of Lyons Road and Sample Road. For those of you that are familiar with this area, you know those are two really, really big roads, but they're also very well traveled and very well maintained. For those of you that haven't been out of the area yet, when you come down, trust me, you get to know both of these roads. But actually, one of the cool things for us in going into the Promenade here is we're gonna take a little walk into the interior of it, which is actually kind of neat, because I haven't really seen anything like this until I was out visiting the Rainforest Cafe. And walking down through the middle area here, sunglasses about to fall off my head. Okay, you can see behind me, it's kind of like a tree-lined lane. And of course, you know, there is all kinds of fun stores and all kinds of great places to go visit and go spend all your money. But they've done a wonderful job of keeping everything clean, keeping everything up. So, again, for those of you, there's Brighton over there, the studio, Salad Creations, Bar Louie. We actually like that place too. This is one place not to be missed coming down here. Definitely check it out when you come down. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So we're checking out the Hillsborough Pineland Natural Area, and it's kind of it's actually kind of ironic that you can find an area that is this natural, this much wilderness, so close into the middle of Coconut Creek and on the border of parkland. We're just a couple miles up the road from the Seminole Casino, which is also one of the great things to go see and visit in Coconut Creek. But this area is really, really neat for a couple perspectives. Number one, it's probably one of the last areas here in South Florida that actually has all the different types of wildlife and wilderness. You'll see salt palmetto trees, you'll see pine trees, you'll see all kinds of different trees and all kinds of different areas around here. I'm going to kind of swing around here so you can get a feel for what we're looking at. There's all kinds of wildflowers in here. Chances are we'll probably run across a couple of the bigger iguanas that we see around here. We're just going to kind of take a little trip down the trail here, and they have a lot of the different things. Of course, you know, as previously stated, everybody knows that Coconut Creek is known as the butterfly capital of the world due to butterfly world. But Coconut Creek also, one of the reasons that it got there is because of the preponderance of butterflies pretty much everywhere in Coconut Creek. This is kind of a neat area from a kid's perspective and adult's perspective. As you can see over here, it's got restrooms and everything else so that you can come up here and spend quite some time here. But it's also still kept a lot of its wild and wilderness look around. I'm just going to take a little walk and we can kind of see what's going on. One of the things that I like is that the paths are very well marked, and they also have the little places where you can stop and kind of take a little rest. But also one of the really cool things is that they kind of let you know what's around here. So this is kind of known for the areas of flatwood pines. You can see kind of right behind us, little board right here. So, and it gives you little QR codes right down here so you can put your phone over it and see what's going on down here. They've done a tremendous job of being able to mix education with leisure. And again, it's one of the reasons that we like coming up here a lot, in addition to obviously just seeing the beautiful area around here. Coconut Creek also has something that not many places have, and it's kind of cool. It's actually kind of a park inside of a neighborhood. It's a place called Winston Park Nature Center. You got to think, how lucky can you be to actually have a park inside your neighborhood? It has everything you look for in a park. It's got a space-themed playground. It's got tennis, racquetball, volleyball courts, covered picnic tables, a giant pavilion that makes hosting outdoor parties a snap. And if it isn't really enough, there's a 1,000-foot-long boardwalk, which kind of goes through the entire area. It's very, very cool, and it's all awesome, and it's all free to residents and guests alike. So no visit to Coconut Creek would be complete without hitting Tradewinds Park. To me personally, and to Suzanne, who's right over here, say hello, Suze.
Hello, how are you?
This to us is one of the granddaddies of the parks up in this area. It's 660 acres, so it's a huge park, okay? It's actually a monster park. Some of the coolest things about it are all the stuff it contains. I mean, this is 660 acres of fun, relaxation, excitement, and just sheer pleasure. There's a huge equestrian center where you can learn how to ride, the stables, and riding lessons for kids and adults. As you can see, there's a nice lake behind us. So there's all kinds of foliage and all kinds of trees and everything. Some of the stuff is shut down because of COVID. This will still give you an idea as to what you can see. Now, to me, okay, and it sounds kind of dorky, but there's actually 2 Frisbee golf courses in here. Now, for those of you who don't know what Frisbee golf is, granted, I learned it when I was in college, and we did play it. There was a little bit of alcohol involved in it, but basically throwing a Frisbee through some rings, just like you're playing golf. And there's a beginner's course, which is perfect for me. Then there's the advanced course, which some of the folks that are out there playing, these people can put a Frisbee on a dime and give you a nickel change. It's unbelievable. Then again, walking around, seeing out here, there's some of the areas, they have all these little picnic areas set up, like the one we're in right now, that has some barbecue areas across there. And it's kind of spread out all over the place. So just gonna take a little walk around. You can see what's going on, see some of the things that are happening. I'll be jumping in and out of the picture as we go. Personally, one of the things that I like about this is all of the trees and all the difference in the trees, okay? You have the big salt palmetto tree sitting over here, which South Florida is really kind of known for. You also have these beautiful trees up here, which are great for climbing. If I were maybe 20 years younger, I'd probably consider climbing up here. But now, nah, rather sit back and watch and bring my kids and my grandkids down here to take a look at it. There's all kinds of trails down through here. There's even I think it's an old railroad track that used to run through here that you know, you can kind of take a look at and check out. But again, this is probably one of the premier areas and premier things to see in Coconut Creek. Oh, and I almost forgot, Tradewinds Park, it's also the home of Butterfly World, which basically is what Coconut Creek is known for, the butterfly capital of the world. We'll take a look around and see if we can find some more things to see here. Sit back and enjoy the walk. From wandering through nature reserves to flexing your shopping muscles to racing through giant playgrounds, there's always something to do to keep everybody entertained while visiting this wonderful place, Coconut Creek. Speaking of moving to Coconut Creek or anywhere in South Florida, we would absolutely love to help you find out that perfect home that you might be thinking about moving to, or just want to check out the area. In order to do so, you need to reach out. So our information is down below. You can reach us via phone, text, or email, shoot us a comment. We're here 24/7 and look forward to helping any way we can. If you like this video and you got some useful information, please consider subscribing to our channel and check out our other video on top 3 reasons to live in Coral Springs. Thanks, and take care until next time.